and gentlemen, Wrestle Plunge on the air. Welcome in here, folks. Welcome in here. Sunday night, the huge 6 Eastern. What are we doing? Watching some classic wrestling. We're still on SAPW/NAWA. A little bit of confusion there, but they've changed the promotion name at the halfway point during the year that we're watching, 1990. Currently, Rob Fuller, heavyweight champion here. Pitbulls, now named the American Pitbulls, formerly the Bulldogs. Future ECW Pitbulls are the tag team champions. We got Ken Shamrock still here. We've got Matt Bourne is still lurking. We got, I think, even Orton is still here. It's a fun promotion. We're getting our way through it now also, because we're doing October 27th and November 3rd tonight. And after we get through the next 2 months, I don't know where we're going. I'm going to have to figure out where I go next. So yeah, welcome in everybody. Let me see who I got here in the chat. Let me set up the chat so I can see you fine folks. First and foremost, yeah, down there you can see all the socials. Make sure you're following everywhere. Right now we're trying to hit 23K on Facebook. Hopefully we can get there soon, actually very soon. We're within like 200 people of that. New video just dropped today at 4:45 Eastern, but in the video section, if you go check it out, brand new video if you guys want to check that out as well. Crazy story that I did not know about, including The Undertaker and Vader when they were in two different promotions and they wrestle on the same card. Check that out. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, all the good things. I'd really appreciate it. And do that for this video here as well. And that helps us out here at Wrestle Plunge. But Galactic Wrestling Federation. Hold on, let me get this in here. I ain't done it yet. What we got in here? Galactic Wrestling Federation coming through. Scrump coming through here. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? We got the Hogwatch, of course. Rob Fuller. And there is a Stud Stable emoji in the chat. If anybody, again, gets membered up here, get some exclusive emojis and early access to new videos. So the video that dropped today, folks have had access to that for a few days. Taz for welcome in here. And Dead Punk, they did a run from like 92 or 93. Yeah, it looks like the promotion keeps rocking and rolling. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to go just yet, but we're going to fill it out. I'm going to tell you that much. But right now, without further ado, let's get in here. October 27th, 1990. Let me get the sound going. It's not blasting my head off here, but still good. That's pretty good. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Hello, wrestling fans. Mike Lamberth here with George Scott coming to you from beautiful Concord, North Carolina, with another exciting hour of South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And George, do we have a card today or what?
Frank, we've got the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, here for the first time in a long while. We've seen him in the past, and we know he can take care of some business.
Rough and tough and hard to bluff. And on the other end of the spectrum, a hot newcomer, Rockin' Rick. I'm sure all the ladies will like him.
He's from Los Angeles, California, and I know he's here to stay.
And in your main event today, the Pit Bulldogs face none other than Bobby and Jackie Fulton. The Fantastics are here.
Whoa, the Fantastics are here.
Another newcomer, George, someone who I'm familiar with from my old days in Texas. Cactus Jack Manson will be here with some words, and he's heading to the...
Whoa, we got Cactus Jack on the show this week. Hell yeah, I'm excited about that. 1990 Cactus, already working WCW. Finally switched the damn camera angle. My God.
Real soon, and let me tell you, he is one tough customer.
Well, Frank, we've got a little piece on him here, and I know everybody wants to see
Dude,
it.
that was bad.
And then we'll go to the ring.
Welcome in here. Hype is here media.
Your first match right here on South Atlantic Championship.
I'll tell you right now, I miss Ted Webb thoroughly. Ted Double D, Double D Double B, Ted Webb. Come on now, that dude was great. Cactus, let's go. Hell yeah. Let's see if my sound effects. I've actually, I think I've got some sound effects here maybe this week too. Hold on.
Respect my house.
Oh shit. I know I got a bell. And they don't have a music? Don't have a music on the Cactus bumper here? What the hell is happening this week? Oh, hold on. Never mind. My earphones. I think they just, hold on. I gotta put these on. No, that's not helping me at all. There's no sound on this. Well, also, I just have to make sure. I'm going to come back to this 212. I'm going to go back.
Ivan Koloff here for the first time in a long while. We've seen him in the past, and we know he can take care of some business.
Rough and tough and hard to bluff. And on the other end of the spectrum, a hot newcomer, Rockin' Rick. I'm sure all the ladies will like him.
He's from Los Angeles, California, and I know he's here to stay.
And in your main event today, the Pit Bulldogs face none other than Bobby and Jackie Fulton. The Fantastics are here. And another newcomer, George, someone who I'm familiar with from my old days in Texas, Cactus Jack Manson.
I can't hear any, and there's nothing there. Yeah, there's actually no sound there. What's weird is it messed up my sound completely.
200 seasoned veteran.
Okay, see, the sound's
Hello,
bad.
you out there in TV land. This is Rockin' Rick, all the way from hot LA, California. I'm here. I have a lot to prove. I know it. I'm here with the best competition there is in the South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. So if all you fans stick around, because we're going to rock and roll all the way to the top.
Well, just like all the young lions of South Atlantic Championship Wrestling, George, Rockin' Rick wanting to prove himself.
I do want to try one thing. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. These are connected currently, though, too. So that's... There we go. What the fuck? Hold on. That was so weird. I don't know what actually happened there. Technical issues.
A big clothesline right there. Landell down, a second shoulder block. Landell down, over top. No, I thought he was going to go for the pin. Instead, it's another high impact move with the slam. And right now, we're going to see what this young man is made of.
He looks like the kind of person that's going to do some high-impact maneuvers, up in the air, aerial maneuvers, what you like to call, the old
who we got here? Tommy Landell and what happened again? Okay, fuck. Wildest is working. Do these work. These are fucked up. Doesn't make sense.
Well, Frank, you know that there have got to be a lot of people looking at this young man. Paul Jones, Robert Fuller.
Oh, shit. It's not stable, baby. Trying to get some new folks.
It looks like he's trying to induct them into the stable.
Another one. Oh, no, not another contract.
Dude, he wants everyone in the stable.
Let's see what the young boy does.
You know the Tennessee stud. Look at this. He tore it up and threw it in his face.
Oh, God. For real? He's not even on the show? Why would they announce him, like actually show a graphic? That would be insane if he's on the show.
It's back. It's more frightening than...
Whoa, we got commercials on this one. Holy shit. I don't want to even risk it.
Watch us. We're on the move.
It's Ted Webb.
Wrestling fans in Greensboro, we're coming
what?
Ted Webb, the voice of the North American.
What the fuck, Ted Webb? Okay, are we watching old footage now?
Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock, you'll see the lights.
Yeah, this is an old. Was shot before they even changed the name. Oh my god, I got so excited when I seen Ted Webb.
Ricky the Dragon, Steve
bullshit.
War Eagle, Chris Chavis.
You know something, Ted? It's going to be great. I've had some great matches right here in Greensboro. 11 a.m. WGGT. Watch for us. We'll have some more great matches. How about it?
All you Greensboro fans, be there, because with champions like Ricky and myself, baby, gonna be a lot of action, so do not miss it. Don't forget Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock, right here.
Give me a little bit of that popcorn there, darling.
Nothing like Saturday morning wrestling.
Yeah, that's good. Listen, the reason everybody's got popcorn.
When I was a kid, that's when I used to get Smoky Mountain Wrestling. It was about 11 o'clock, I believe, on Saturday mornings.
You see all the boys out here with me today. This is the special segment of Stud Stable. I've asked all the guys to be here for some home.
Hell yeah. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I think we're good here. Having some issues.
This is the story of how the Stud got his title back from Paul Jones. And I don't want anybody to miss it out there. So
while we eat our popcorn and enjoy what we're doing here, boys, I want you to watch this film very closely. Could we roll the film now? Give me some more popcorn, darling.
I don't know what to say to that, to be quite honest with you. Right now, Fuller going to work. Oh, now wait a minute. That's a little strong.
Frank, what's he doing there?
I'm not sure, Vince.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Fuller telegraphing a big backdrop, and here comes Paul Jones, fist and back. Whoa. Paul Jones, I'm not sure what to
They're
say.
building towards a rematch here. Well, last week he got cronked in the head with the guitar.
I'm not often lost for words, but I certainly am right now. And Paul Jones taking on referee and Robert Fuller. Fuller sent for the ride into the turnbuckle a second time, staggering out into the turnbuckle for a third time at number 1. Oh, no.
Whoa.
He's got him hooked. He's on the ropes. He's on the ropes.
No.
Referee hasn't seen it or they refuse to see it. Oh, no, the title.
Hey, this just makes me so mad, you know.
Oh,
Jones
no.
is getting on him, and the referee's pushing him back.
Sammy, get in here.
Mackerel, I guess it's official. Referee has called it. He's called the win. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess your new champion, the Tennessee Stud, Robert Fuller.
No.
I bet you everybody enjoyed that very much. But that thing, that's like a picture that tells 1,000 words. But that was right on the money, wasn't it, honey pie? What'd you think
Who's this
about that,
lady we
boy?
got here?
Rob, I thought it was great.
You enjoying that popcorn? That's great. You know, I know you people say, hey, Stud broke his guitar on old Paul Jones' head. He don't have any music to play anymore. Well, that's not true, because I want to introduce you to my man, Cadillac. Cadillac, can you play that horn?
Yes, I can.
Well, stand up and go ahead and play for me, baby.
Stud, I love
Okay,
you,
Pete.
Stud.
Don't everybody. Play it, Cadillac.
Oh, that sounds
Attention civic
dope.
groups, high school band and booster clubs, athletic departments.
Malone.
Getting that good stuff, that pump.
And his opponent, weighing in tonight at 120 kilos, from the USSR, Ivan Koloff.
Shit, we got Koloff this
Very
week.
little can be said about a man of
There we
Ivan
go.
Koloff's stature. A little bit earlier in the afternoon, we had him in the studio for a few pre-recorded comments. Let's hear what the Russian Bear had to say.
I'm Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, and I'm here to tell you that I'm coming into the South Atlantic area to take on anyone and everyone and do with whatever I please. I am number 1, and you're going to find out.
But there's a lot of folks would claim a little discontent with him over that number 1 comment, George. One of those certainly to be the Tennessee Stud, Robert Fuller. And was Fuller outraged or what? Rock and Rick tore that contract up and threw it in his face.
Welcome in, Lord
2
Clark.
points for Rock and Rick.
Yeah,
Thanks
I'm
for
real
coming
impressed
in.
with
Chris,
this youngster
welcome in,
named
brother.
Rock and Rick. Like I said, he came all the way from Los Angeles, California, and we know he didn't come here to play.
You're exactly right, George. And you know that Salinger Rock and Rick matchup is just another example of the main event caliber wrestling that South Atlantic Championship Wrestling gives you each and every week on TV. I mean, the matches you see are not always one-sided matches. You'll see matches that would be main events in any one of our
that's
arenas
Miss
anywhere in the
Sylvia,
country,
though. I
George.
think it's
But that's
someone
what
else.
separates South Atlantic Wrestling from all the others. That and stars just like Ivan Koloff.
Yeah, Ivan Koloff in the ring right now. He's teaching this youngster, Butch
wrestled.
Malone, a lesson right
I've
now.
seen Ivan
He's
Koloff
teaching him
wrestle.
that you don't mess with the
Deep
with
into the
veteran of
2000s.
ring.
Well, that's exactly right. Koloff constantly on the attack. These designed not to pin the man.
Probably 20 years after this, I saw
Percussion
him
moves just to
wrestle,
help
which is
take the
insane.
starch. Once you take the heart out of a man, George, as you well know, the
Wasn't
man
pretty.
is beaten.
A big knee to
Not
the gut
pretty.
right there. He's finished right
I
now.
saw
He
it.
can pin
I
him
seen it.
anytime
I
he
seen
wants.
it.
Just lays him down with one punch right there. Ivan Koloff. I think that we're going to see a lot of things from Ivan Koloff. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him join the Stud stable.
Well, I don't know. Koloff always a loner throughout his wrestling career.
A little drop kick in him at least.
But right now, young Butch Malone. Whoa! Starting to show a little offense, George. Went to the well once too often. As you were saying earlier off the set, Koloff, a man who's forgotten more about wrestling than most folks will ever know. And if you see his attack, George, he doesn't concentrate, for instance, a Chris Chavis or a Vince Torelli, who concentrates on just an arm. Koloff's attack is to the head, to the stomach, to the back, to the legs. Just a constant attack on the body.
I can't wait to see where we go next, or see what I can figure out next. I mean, I don't have a lot of options. I'm going to see if we can find another promotion to go into.
And it is one deadly form of sleep. That's exactly right. You know, most folks don't even know how to apply that hold, let alone execute it well enough to put somebody to sleep.
Well, Koloff, of course, wrestled all over the world. It's below with the reversal, but there's the Russian Bear. It's a game of chess, and that Bear, Russian Bear, he's a step ahead all the way as Koloff to the second rope, George, like a vulture waiting on his prey.
Ivan Koloff, the Koloffs basically invented that clothesline. It's basically called a Russian clothesline. There he is. He's going in for that hold.
He's got him. The Shinnamaki's in, and you can almost bet it's over for young Butch Malone.
I can't even say what he just said.
The brain is slowly going to sleep. You see the legs weakening. When he goes to his knees or to his seat, it is all over. And referee Leroy, what's his last name?
Leroy Ramsey.
Leroy Ramsey, yeah.
What did you call that hold again?
Out.
Shinnamaki. It is all over for Butch Malone right here. The Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, has put him to sleep in the middle of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Russian Bear. Let's hear from wrestling come up in your area. Then we'll be back with more. South Atlantic champion blew into South Atlantic West Wrestling like a bad West Texas wind. I'm talking about Big Tex. George, he is the newest member of the stud.
Shit, let me get past old Tex music. Every week I got to take something out to get through this copyrighted music.
Speaking of that
Tex
he's mighty upset about that
spelled differently than what we're used to from
WCW. Fuller, you're laughing now, and I'm talking about that Tennessee referee. But when the dust settles, Fuller, number one, Paul Jones is going to get the last laugh. And that's a promise.
Never heard it called that.
Well, Leroy Ramsey certainly on the hot seat right now as he is the third man of the ring as Tex Salinger going against David Isley. George, again, Tex Salinger, we're not seeing him with much of a test, but next week he gets his first real test here on South Atlantic Championship Wrestling as he takes on Rockin' Rick, that young man we saw in the opening match here today.
That's exactly right. Rockin' Rick from Los Angeles, California, here to prove a few things. He's got Tex Salinger right here on South Atlantic Wrestling next week.
Well, it should definitely prove
see it, I guess.
Contrast to Styles. Rockin' Rick, of course, very young and acrobatic, I should say. Salinger at over 300 pounds at 6'7", more of a middle of the ring, cut him off, work him over type wrestler. So the contrast in styles, of course, that's Fuller's philosophy against that of Paul Jones. It will make for a very interesting confrontation.
Yeah, well, you know, Frank, I don't mean to say that South Atlantic Wrestling isn't doing anything about this refereeing situation. Leroy Ramsey has appeared before the board of South Atlantic Wrestling. He has been, so you say they've been...
He is certified. I realize that. He does have all his licenses. That doesn't change the fact, of course, I understand his defense was he made a bad call. And everybody makes bad calls. But I think that bad call was intentional. That remains to be seen. But, you know, the stud stable, they're creating a lot of animosity everywhere. The Bulldogs with Chavis and Torelli. Also now with the Fantastics. So there's a lot going on with this stud stable.
There's a big naked
like,
Midian fan,
even
during the time.
You know, George, they're fighting on too many fronts, and that could be the downfall of Robert Fuller in the stud stable.
Well, speaking of the Fantastics, right here on TV, later on in this program, we will have the Pit Bulldogs taking on the Fantastics, and they're going to have their hands full. I'm going to enjoy that match, Frank.
I will, too, as we see it inside out. Drop, and Isley the count at 2, but Big Tex Salinger very careless on the pin. I think sexy victory, not worrying about hitting the leg of the tights, George.
Well, you know, Tex Salinger, he calls that move the avalanche.
Is that what
avalanche.
That is?
He sure does. And it looks like he just really wasn't ready to pin him there because he basically just got up. He wasn't really covering him because I've seen it. When he puts that avalanche on him, nobody's going to get up from him. So these people better watch out because if they see that coming, it's over.
Yeah, he's a big
Texas boy know about an avalanche. David Isley doing what he needs to do right now, George. Get back to his base. A series of elbows. A big tackle. But 300-pound Tex Salinger, even though he went down, had enough force to take Isley off his feet. That is the wrong strategy to take against a big man like this, highlighting the inexperience, George, of David Isley.
That's exactly right. He's got him up against the ropes. He's just wearing them down, wearing them down.
Again, you see the Fuller philosophy all through this match. Big, brutalizing. You don't see any wrestlers in the stud stable, even the Bulldogs, who have a lot of wrestling skill, as does Robert Fuller, for that matter. I mean, second generation. His father, his father, his uncles, all great wrestlers. They have the wrestling ability, yet they choose the brawling style.
His brother, too. His brother's Ron Fuller. Him and his brother were tag team for a long time. Oh, up for the big slam.
Once again, the big man using the percussion moves. Isley a little bit of speed out under the elbow, but I don't think that's going to do any damage to a man the stature of Big Tex Salinger. Isley a fist to the stomach.
He's so much
Salinger
bigger
doubled
than
over. Isley showing the first real offense of the game right here.
That's right. Isley's working. Oh, raking the eyes. The big Texans got him. Oh, here we go for the big
slap
avalanche.
drop.
Called it, George.
It
It
would
is.
become
He's
to be
got him
known,
set
right?
right here. A reverse front face
Oh,
lock.
he does a damn
I don't know what it's
good
like, a
reverse
DDT or
DDT
what
like
you
that.
call it.
Well,
But
1,
it's a
2,
1, 2,
3, and it's
3.
over.
It's called a slap drop.
Oh,
I'm just telling you from the
Salinger
future,
showing what
friend.
he's made of as David Isley
What a
falls
great man.
falls victim to the avalanche, and you see it
When
right
he
here.
slap dropped Hawk on the ramp on Raw that time and cut Hawk the back of his head open.
It's a reverse chin lock, all 300-plus pounds, bringing the man down on the back of his head. Referee Leroy Ramsey in position to call for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And coming up right after this, George Scott, we're going to see one of those exciting young lions of South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. I'm talking about Robinson County native War Eagle Chris Chavis. He's up right after these commercial announcements. But Robinson County's own War
Here we
Eagle
go.
Chris Chavis. Here's a fellow who's a high school All-American.
God damn. Get past this song.
I
got the
because the War
bell.
Eagles after you. I don't care where you go. I'm following you
Play this
outside everywhere.
promo during this song.
It's going to be a big part of
Come
that
on
number
now.
one fundraiser coming tonight, as a matter of fact, to Bishopville High School in Bishopville, South Carolina. Another one tomorrow, Sunday, 3 o'clock.
I was just saying that last week, KP. I believe it, man, and I remember WCW. Hell, I just got done watching a bunch of
So Chris Chavis
WCW
involved in
93.
all of those as well.
But
Well, you know,
I'm gonna have to watch
Chris,
particularly
all he
their
wants to do
matches,
is
see
work in
how
the
crazy.
community. He's come into me in the office a
believe
number
it,
of
though.
times and said anything that I can do,
I remember being a
anything
fan
from
of them as a
putting
kid.
out posters to
You know,
going
they
and
were
talking in
dirty
schools,
as-
anything that I can do to help out with these young kids and everything, he'll do it. And so it's just wonderful the way he has with children. I've seen him. He loves kids, loves animals,
Oh, shit,
loves
yeah.
people
Oh,
all
who's he
together.
up
He's
here
just a great
against? I
guy.
don't forget
You
his
can
name. This
see
guy's
by his
great.
body, he spends a lot of time in the gym. I've been in the gym with
Missed
him. He's
the,
275 pounds. And
announced it.
when he walks into
And
the
we've
gym,
watched him every week
it's like
now.
seeing the Arsenio Hall show and
He's
how
great.
excited they get and everything. Everybody in the gym wakes up. It's amazing. When he walks in the gym, he motivates everybody to work out. So that's how this young man is taking off, and his career is going nowhere but up.
Speaking of motivators, another young man due back real soon from injuries, the U.S. male Curtis Thompson. And George, I'm real curious to see what Curtis Thompson's reactions are going to be. Now, Robert Fuller is talking like he's still a part of the stud stable. But, you know, the stud stable, I won't say
Maybe my
they didn't
least
help
favorite on
beat
the
him up.
roster.
They didn't help Matt Bourne beat him up. By golly, they didn't come to his aid very much either.
No, they sure didn't. Curtis Thompson is another
Big
young man. You see him in the gym all
Up
the
in the
time.
lights.
All he does is works out twice a day, eats 6 times a day, just like the War Eagle. It's amazing.
Damn,
You see the
that's a
War Eagle right
big
there, one of the
move.
presses the man 230 pounds up above his head, throws him down. The man's not going to get up too quick from that
And
thing.
the thing that impressed me, George, was the
That's
length of
like
time that he
damage.
called him.
I don't
Hey, a
think it
special
is,
note
but
on programming
that's
while we've got
what
it on
could be
the line.
wrong.
Next Saturday, all you folks watching us up on WHKY or Cable Channel 2 out of Morganton or here on WBT in Charlotte, remember that the television taping, now this is going to be a national TV taping going to
opinion
119
in the chat on that.
stations nationwide, will be held at the
think
College
the,
Street Recreation Center next Saturday. It is a TV
crowd's
taping, so we need to
piped in
make a special note of that, huh?
That's true. The Morganton Recreation Center, 7:30 is the bell time, and we always have a lot of fun at these TV tapings. It's a good time to be seen on TV, just like a lot of these folks are being seen right now.
Exactly right. And right now, once again, they lock up collar and elbow. Chris Chavis, full arm twist and drag. And Chavis in control over Trent Knight right now.
The War Eagle, Chris Chavis, he's from Robinson County. We were in Lumberton the other night, and half the crowd there was his family. It was amazing.
And they are solidly behind the War Eagle over in Lumberton and Pembroke, aren't they?
That's exactly right. You go through Lumberton and you see signs up that say Chavis this, Chavis that.
I'll tell you another area that he's solidly,
Yes,
they're
calm
solidly
down
behind
with
him.
the fake
That's up in
love.
John Ringley's hometown in Newland, North Carolina. We'll be heading up that way in a few days. down to Jefferson, South Carolina, and also in Forest City with the DARE program, Big Drug War 90, Dare to Take the Challenge, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Association sponsoring the #1 fundraiser there. As right now we see Chris Chavis in command, off into the ropes for the ride. The 275-pounder sends Trent Knight to the mat, over and across the second time.
Knight,
hip block.
that's right.
No, block, there's a beat. Toss his own from the War Eagle, Chris Chavis.
Another arm drag. You know, speaking of Curtis Thompson, next week right here on the show, we're going to have a replay of exactly what happened to Curtis Thompson, the U.S. male Curtis Thompson. He won second in the state in a bodybuilding competition a couple of years ago, and it was a shame to see that body basically mutilated on TV the way it was last week. So next week we're going to get to see it over again.
Well, Matt Bourne, he can get away with a lot of things. That's something he's not going to get away with.
Deadbunk, thanks for checking out that new video that I just dropped.
Folks, you say, why don't you do something now? Well, just like the wheels of justice, in criminal law, in anything, the wheels of justice move extremely slowly. Sometimes, George, they're excruciatingly slow. The wheels of justice here are the same way. We have to build a case and prove that the man is biased. You and I know he is. War Eagle Chris Chavis walked into that one. But we've got to build a case and be able to prove it. And I promise you, George, we're going to get him. And right now, Trent Knight taking command on the big man
like the
from
streamer
County,
entrance that they got back there.
You know, we've been ignoring the other South Atlantic referee, Byron Richards. He's doing a fine job. He always has. He's been rated as in the top 5 referees across the country, and he's doing a super job officiating these matches, and I don't see any bias in him.
Time on this one still. That's one thing that the promotion didn't stop doing with the name change.
Whatever happened, perhaps being taken one of those pins up under him, George. You know yourself, the human body has 5 basic points of balance: 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. And in order to beat somebody, look here, there is that hard on the knee.
One of the things that you usually do, Frank, though, is you grab the weak point on somebody's body. And if you look at the War Eagle, you're not going to see too many weak points.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't want to say grab his head to say that's a weak point, but you're right. They with 22-inch arms and thighs like tree trunks, you certainly have to take out something. But I think right here it is a good strategy. Chavis is not an experienced wrestler, and most of you young wrestlers, they do know how to wrestle upper body style, but to wrestle the Greco-Roman or leg style sometimes will confuse your younger wrestlers. So
right before Halloween,
he lacks the size, he lacks the strength. So he may lack some of the agility of a War Eagle Chris Chavis, but he does have a certain amount of ring savvy body, so it may be a very good strategy in going after something that Chavis isn't used to defending.
One of the things that I'd work on is his ankle, and he did just now drop down on his ankle. The ankle is a weak part on anybody's body. There you go, against the throat. There's another weak point. He can work on that throat, and I guarantee you any man will go down.
Well, right now, the big 275-pounder slammed hard to the canvas.
What is that? He's really far away.
All the way to the top. Chavis still prone on the mat. Here's Trent Knight to the top rope. George.
Definitely a high-risk maneuver right off the top.
Damn, that was a nice drop kick.
Okay. He could have him here.
What's up, it's me? Get in here. What's going on?
Trent Knight
thought you could pop in.
Having
a good one in here this week.
Chavis electing to go to the top rope.
He's going up again. Tonight got it.
Should have covered him. He should have covered
him. Bag this time.
There he goes again.
Big. Oh, whoa. Okay, a little bit of a miscommunication maybe. I'm not sure if he's coming off with knees or a splash, but either way, seemed like he wanted to connect with Tatanka, Chris Chavis, but
he should have covered him.
Because Chavis is rolling, but he's still basically.
There he goes again.
That was weird. That was a
Missed
miscommunication.
it. Straight down on the mat. Here comes the War Eagle up.
Yeah,
I believe he just got a mat. Here he is. He's fired up. The War
Brand new
Eagle
video on the channel. It's me.
Taking him by the hair. 1, 2, 3. Up against the ropes. Cross the ropes.
Therapy. Welcome in.
A series of rights. Trent Knight sitting over top.
That was
right
nice.
Now, George got it. Oh, War Eagle Chris Chavis is once again Trent Knight sent in for the ride.
Big power slam.
Spinning power slam. And now he's into the dance. He's into the war dance, which could
won't be long now.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. He hits that war dance and it's over. The big chop.
Big chop.
Here he goes.
He's got him set for the drop. He's got him. There it is.
Oh.
Boom. The Samoans made it up and sinker. Made this thing.
God, I wish there would have been an upset.
WWF Tag Team Championship.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Robinson County's own War Eagle Chris Chavis. And George Chris Chavis teaming now with Mr. Wrestling Vince Torelli, hot on the tail of the Pit Bulldogs.
Mr. Wrestling and Vince Torelli, we'll see them both next week right here on South Atlantic Wrestling. Here we go in slow motion. That vicious chop loads him onto his back for
Thanks
the
everyone
drop.
for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hit the like if you come in. If you have not yet, that really helps us out here. Wrestle Plunge, YouTube likes that. Maybe push it out a little bit here. Trying to keep growing the channel.
Pounds, using the neck as a pile driver in the middle of the stomach, and it is all over for Trent Knight. George, an impressive win
so far
by 6'3", 275 pounds.
Still got one more episode left to go.
With over 600 pounds of weight on his back, just like that. So that's nothing more than just like doing squats in the gym to him. He just does
up to victory.
The winner, the War Eagle, Chris Chavis.
Future Tatanka.
We'll be back with the fantastic.
Him and Shamrock are who they are to me. I'm not changing
about
it.
South Atlantic Championship Wrestling coming up to you fans right in your home.
Who the fuck?
South Atlantic Championship Wrestling is Sunday night.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Boom, right here, every Sunday night, right here, come and hang out with me, Steve, Wrestle Plunge. Enjoy yourself. Shit, oh God, wait, I fell, I'm doing a plug right into fucking copyrighted fucking ZZ Top, dude. Jesus, mother of God.
Bulldogs, you didn't think it would come so soon to meet the Fantastics in the ring. We proved ourselves before, and we plan on doing it this time. We're coming after those South Atlantic Tag Team belts. That's right, Bulldogs, the Fantastics are coming after you.
Oh shit, this is the false tastics. This is the false tastics. This ain't the Fantastics. Yeah, we got the Pit Bulls tag champs. Now, are the belts on the line?
Team champions of South Atlantic Wrestling.
Well, George, we want to get all this match in that we can, so let's buzz the truck right now. We're going to take a commercial break
Fulton
right
and his
here.
cousin,
We'll be
right?
back for the start of the match. Fantastics versus Bulldogs right after these messages. Bobby and Jackie Fulton, the Fantastics against Rabid Rex and Psychotic Spike of the Pit Bulldogs. And George, this has all the makings of a classic battle.
Well, I'll tell you, Frank.
Pit Bulls,
the
false
very first
tastics.
appearance here on South Atlantic Wrestling of the Fantastics.
Let's go.
They get to take the champions on right away. It'll be quite a test.
Well, the Fantastics certainly do not come to us without a certain amount of pre-publicity. I've seen them wrestle the best in the sport today. The Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, the Russian, the Koloffs. I mean, they have gone up and down the line, and they didn't always win. They didn't always lose. But
I remember that very brief run around
still here and
89.
still competing, which means that they have gone against the best and managed to continue in the sport. And that says something for a team.
Well, referee Byron Richards is checking it
Didn't
out
last
real
very
good.
long.
It looks like maybe Bobby Fulton.
Oh, his younger brother. Oh, my
At least
bad.
that's what Spike's saying. So he's checking it out real good. He's always on the spot, like I said before. Referee Byron Richards is a certified South Atlantic referee, and we don't have to worry about him. It's kind of funny that this stud hadn't kind of conned his way into having that Tennessee referee in this match.
That is a bit of a surprise, but right now a big reversal of the hip toss.
It works there a little bit.
Big Spike taken off into the corner right now. As Bobby Fulton giving a little dance of his own. George, I've known Bobby Fulton now the better part of 7 or 8 years. His former partner
Gary Wolf.
Now his new partner, his brother Jackie Fulton. And I think if anything, it makes this a stronger team. Bobby and Tommy were a great team together. Tommy lacked something in size. Jackie gives them size, plus it gives them the benefit of blood being together. Look at this! Off the top, double crossbody.
There we go.
No, a jaw kick, he covered
That
one,
could be it.
two. Both Bulldogs covered.
we
This
found
is
out
where the
the belts on the
Fantastics
line.
excel, George, right here.
the
In
contest.
tag team, double team wrestling. They are as good as they come. As the Bulldogs
Teresa,
come
welcome
together,
in.
drop kick,
Good
a
evening.
second drop kick. And right
Hope you're having
now,
a good
the
one.
Bulldogs don't know what's happening.
Watching on old school wrestling tonight.
Hey, Frank,
Well,
you
per the
and I
usual.
both know about bloodline.
Per the usual. I do have a new video, Teresa. Go check it out. Video section.
And that's what they're doing.
Wrestle Plunge
Rocking
here.
and rolling right through it, and the Bulldogs have taken a break right
Showing
here.
some love.
They certainly have. Bulldogs both gone to the corner. A little inspirational hug and heading back to the ring. And right now, Rex is one mad puppy with these Fantastics. This is what they specialize in right here, George, and that is tag team wrestling. You know, they're not the biggest team, they're not the meanest team, but they are extremely quick, and they work as well together as any team I have ever seen. You know, you can talk about it in all your federations, all your different teams, but rarely will you see a team which
He's
works
a big
well
dude
in
now.
unison. I mean, I'm drawn back to the days of the Anderson brothers, almost to think of a team that wrestled with such precision as a team. Now, you will never see these fellas in individual competition, but always together.
Ooh, that was a vicious
We're watching
kick
Stan
to the
Lane
chest.
matches.
Vicious kick to the chest.
A little show of martial arts skills here by Jackie Fulton.
Spinning kick,
I did not know he possessed. There's a big leapfrog and a spinning kick
heel
and angle
kick.
upside the chest. An inch or two higher, and it might have been splattered nose city for Bulldog's fight.
That's exactly right. You know, something about Bobby Fulton. You
Tag
know, it
division.
seems like we've seen him around
White
for a
hot
long
here.
time, but a lot of people don't realize this. He started wrestling
Sundays,
at the
baby.
age of 16, so he's got quite a few years under his belt, and he's not very old. So he's still got that young lion heart, and him and his Jackie make a good young team, and they've got the experience to boot. You see Byron Richards right on top of the action there.
Referee complaining about the hair, or say the Pit Bulldog complaining about the hair pull. Now we see a little wrestling, a standing switch, a go behind, a standing switch, drop down, sit out. Yeah, look at this wrestling, another switch.
Just a little sit out there, flat out wrestling him there. He's got that amateur background from high school, tagging in and out, just a sign of a good tag team. You know, you brought up the name of the Andersons, and we all know they're a legend in the sport of tag team wrestling. That's for
That was
sure.
the other
The
guy in
Carolinas
commentary.
have seen him for years and years and years.
So long.
It's just a name that nobody will ever forget around here, I'm
Probably
sure.
next to the Deucix, the most famous wrestling name in tag team wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. You know, next week right here on the show, we'll see the Fantastics again. We'll get to see a replay of the Curtis Thompson and the Stable incident from last week. We'll also be seeing another young lion, the Tommy Seabolt.
The Tampa, Florida native, that's exactly right. And he showed a lot of promise for a young man. And right now, Bulldog showing a little bit of power of their own, a big press Sam. And
Got some good wrestlers here, though. Some powerful dudes.
And now we're starting to see the precision.
Older dudes.
The South Atlantic Tag Team Champions. And now Robert Fuller's.
How about that one dude that Ruth has brought in? He's already disappeared. Let's get him in. Malenko went in and out.
Frank, it's just
Cup
a
of
shame to
coffee.
see these two young men take shortcuts. I can remember a time where they
Welcome back, Simi. That's just how promotions like this work.
See them taking now. And
I wish we could have kept
it seemed
Shamrock
like they
and
won just as
Malenko
many
as a
matches
team.
then,
That
but
was
now they want to take the shortcuts. And I'll grant you this: they've ended
So
up with the
good.
belts that
So
way.
fun.
But if
It
I had to
worked.
live with it, I wouldn't.
They
do it
worked
that
well
way.
together out the gate. Imagine if they had some fucking time to put some stuff together.
Team champions, I feel, eventually anyway. They were destined, in my mind, to beat the Nasty Boys at one point or another. The fact that they did it quicker with Fuller's help, yeah, it got money in their pocket faster. And sometimes you do things which you're not 100% proud of.
Yeah, Kendall's either too skinny or too fat.
Time, it seemed like
I like
at some
him.
point, these boys will do the same thing. Right now, though, they are in control over what should be a more experienced team in the Fantastic.
There we go.
Double suplex, a great leg drop and a cover, and man, they were just a half second away from beating Bobby Fulton.
That's exactly right. How about that video that we saw at the top of the program, Frank? Cactus Jack Manson. I know that you've seen him before in Texas. How about telling us a little bit about him, because I know he'll be here in a couple of weeks.
Well, I tell you, the folks that know Texas wrestling know a little bit about Cactus Jack Manson.
Oh, they said Cactus was coming in a couple of weeks. Yeah, somebody in the chat, I think Thomas, said that he didn't even make it because of pain issues. So.
As any wrestler I have ever seen. By having little regard for his body, that means he has absolutely zippity-doo-dah for anybody else's. He'll do a move, he calls it his truth or consequences, because he's from Truth or Consequences from Mexico. And he'll do a move, it's an elbow off the apron all the way to the floor. And George, I'm going to tell you what, all the way to the floor of the arena.
About the cactus elbow.
Man, oh man, I couldn't get up from it if I delivered it, much less get up from it if I was the delivery.
Throw a bear
I
hug.
don't know, but right now the Bulldog's delivering a little
Have a
punch on
lost
the road
move,
with a
man.
big bear hug right in the middle of the ring, as you see over the shoulder of brother Jackie Fulton, looking for that tag, trying to get Bobby some relief.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Fantastics got their hands full here with the Pit Bulldogs. Pit Bulldogs have been working together a long time.
Pulls on. Oh, double crossbody. Got him.
That's right.
Gotta get that tag.
Here goes the tag. Oh, Jackie Fulton. Jackie Fulton taking
Jackie's
over.
in the
Here we
ring.
go. Lefts and rights. Big body slam. Another body slam.
And Jackie Fulton in
Good
control.
little match here. We had a good little episode, quite
He's
frankly.
famous
This
for
would have
those
been a
drop
higher
kicks. I've
caliber
never
one, I
seen
would say,
anybody in
throughout
professional wrestling today that delivers them
the
like
time we've
he
been
does,
watching this
with the
territory.
exception of maybe Vince Torelli. And there he's got him in the
A lot of
sleeper, the
action on
sleeper
this
hold. Jackie Fulton in to keep him from the save. He's working him down. Oh,
Double drop kick.
kick.
We saw
Rock
the
and roll.
Milwaukee, George, earlier in the show by Ivan Koloff. Now
here.
the good old American-style sleeper made famous in this area by
Flapjack.
Johnny Weaver. And goodness gracious, it's a double gourd buster plus a
Oh.
press and slam, and this could be all for the Bulldogs.
There goes that teamwork. Oh, the save by
I
Psychotic
think
Spike.
the only save there was
Get into this
Ricks
one.
rolled over in his stomach and took that splash in his back. Or
Got
it
me.
certainly would have been over right now.
That's what it's all
As
about,
they're all
baby.
four in the ring.
Oh shit, ref down, and that was done nicely. And we got a small package also done really well. Holy crap.
He's had a pin for a count of 7 or 8.
What a little match we have here. Tag straps. Oh, I'm not sure if they are on the line, but the tag champs are in this contest. It is important. Oh, over the top. That's a DQ if the ref saw it. So we're going to have a DQ either way. The Fantastics are going to win.
They are going to work 2-on-1 on Jackie Fulton.
Frank,
Son
you're
of a
definitely
bitch.
right. We've seen this before. It's
Walked into a
definitely
good
trouble
one.
when both the Bulldogs get down on one of them.
We saw
It's
Ranger
definitely
Ross in
trouble.
this position, George.
We walked into a good one.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold
I'll
up.
tell you something.
Whoa, he just nailed Byron Richards. Byron Richards still working on to keep him off of him.
That'll cost him right there. It'll certainly be a fine for hitting a referee as it's Psychotic Spike going to work. Spike now sitting. Referee Byron Richards.
ref
out
down.
of
Back into Bobby Fulton. Bobby Fulton
We got the
helping
chain
him.
out. We could be leading up to a dog collar match. That would be great. Double dog collar match. That'd be good stuff.
They're going to tie him in that corner.
Oh,
They're going to tie him in that corner and go to work.
Oh, wow.
They know the Fantastics
I
are
imagine
ready.
Stud Stable's going to be hitting the ring here soon, too.
They're going to try to put one of them out right here.
Oh, well, this is our main event from this week, too. This is almost over. This episode went by fast. And Bobby Fulton just came in with a chair and cleaning house after. Oh, this was a really hot ending.
Get away with anything they want to.
Damn.
Using that collar and chain
All
and
right.
everything.
Turning up the heat this
The very
week.
first time the Fantastics are on the show.
We demand a
I've
tag
never
title
seen this kind of
shot.
thing happen to him.
We need maybe some kind of stipulation here.
And
I'm
he's
hoping
done
a
a
dog
beautiful
collar
job putting
match
together
is
this
gonna
slow
be it.
motion here. See, you see him in the sleeper here.
Notice the difference between this and the Shinonamaki. The Shinonamaki Ivan
That was
Koloff
fucking
used.
dope.
The arm was up and using their own arm to cut off the carotid artery. There it was using the arm of the opponent. Right here, George, I think, yeah, this is the disqualification.
DQ.
We
And
saw
the ref
a
was
quick
in a
shot of
great
Byron
position to
Richards in
see it.
position, looking straight at it.
I'm thinking one of the best ref bumps I've ever even freaking seen.
Get away, as you see
Usually
right
looks so
there.
fucking hokey. That was
With
great.
a chair, making the save on Brother Jackie.
Let's see how these fans can join on the South Atlantic Fan Club, and then we'll be right
We're about
back.
to go into November the 3rd.
How about those Fantastics?
Damn,
I tell
that
you
was a
what,
hot
the
episode.
Bulldogs
That
are
went
attracting a
by
lot of
very
competition. They
fast.
sure have
Holy
got it in the
crap.
Fantastics.
Well, the excitement of South Atlantic Wrestling continues.
They have opened the door there.
South
Also, you
Atlantic
saw the return of the
Pro
Russian Bear,
Wrestling.
Ivan Koloff. He looks as good as ever.
Well, we got Cactus Jack
Yeah, thanks,
Manson
everyone,
coming
for
into the
hanging out.
area too,
Appreciate it.
so he'll be coming real soon.
And of course, you know, ladies and gentlemen, still the controversy over the Tennessee referee, and that is a long ways to be solved. But next week, you see the return of Rockin' Rick as he takes on big old Tex Salinger. The Fantastics will be here. Plus, George, we're going to review
we got
that
Tex
match
coming back.
and the subsequent stud stable that led to the suspension of Matt Bourne and
good
the injury to
episode.
Curtis Thompson.
Well, you know, Curtis Thompson, he's a great competitor, and he's been laid up in the hospital for a couple of weeks now. Be looking forward to him coming back, and it'll be good for the fans to just see exactly what happened to
Well,
him.
I'm really going to be curious to see Thompson's reaction. Plus, the Pit Bulldogs in a match against War Eagle Chavis and Vince Torelli, I should say. And while before we go,
Kid
George,
Shamrock.
I guess the folks have noticed my hat here today. This is given to me by
Ah,
Lieutenant
I
Epley
actually
down
did-
at the DARE program, Drug Abuse Resistance Education in Forest City
Actually
down in
did.
Rutherford County. We're going to be there next Saturday night. Lieutenant Epley, looking forward to seeing all you
He's
folks
like,
down there
"Hey,
in the
need
area.
none of
What do you
that."
think of that, huh?
Well, Frank, I saw the hat a while ago. And
Oh, no, looky here.
I had that
I thought I'd get a
These
shirt.
people made
Who the hell
$1,500
is
for the
this?
rescue squad.
Where's
Johnson
Ted?
Road
That's
Rescue
where I'd be
Squad.
writing
We
in.
wanna
And he's
say
like, yeah,
hello.
write in if you have any. Where the fuck's Ted at?
Tom and all his buddies down there, they did a great job, and looking forward to going back down there to Johnsonville
That
again.
hat-
Ladies and gentlemen,
the
coast to
50
coast,
span.
with the people with the most, it's South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. For my
let's
colleague
go.
George Scott, say goodbye, George.
11-3,
We'll see you next week, folks.
1990,
So long,
coming
folks.
at you
South
right
Atlantic
now.
Championship Wrestling.
Working our way through. Anybody maybe just coming in randomly, thank you so much for coming in. First of all, hit the like if you haven't. That really helps us out here at Wrestle Plunge. Again, brand new video just dropped. I'm going to be plugging that throughout the show, probably for the next week anyways. And then I will put a link in the chat as well here if you do want to jump over there. If you get over there and leave a comment, leave a share, give a hype if you have that ability. I'd like it. I appreciate it. That'd be dope. That'd be cool. That'd really help us out here at Wrestle Plunge. Again, trying to get to 11,000 followers, but hell yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling here. Yeah. The video is something that I did not know until recently, so I thought I'd make a video about it. God, I miss him. I miss him that fun.
Hello, wrestling fans. Mike Lamberth here at ringside with director Bob.
You know what? Now they've just this week stopped, because at the very beginning when they still switched over to SAPW, the name and whatever, they still kept the tradition of having a wrestler with an announcer, right? Now, look what we got here. We got some rando dude doing color, and I'm
Mr. George Scott Jr. for another exciting hour of South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And George, and we got an hour of excitement. We're going to review the stud stable segment that led to the suspension of Matt Bourne and the injury to Curtis Thompson.
Well, Frank, I'm just so excited to be here. I can't believe this is all happening. This section, we've got Rockin' Rick going up against Tex Salinger. Rockin' Rick's a newcomer. He's got it tough. It's going to be a tough match.
He sure is. Tex
Going for
Salinger,
Tex.
6'7", 300 pounds. Plus, someone who I know I'm very familiar with, Cactus Jack Manson, has a few words of wisdom, I guess you'd call it. And also newcomer Tommy Seabolt, the Pit Bulldogs against Chris Chamberlain, Vince Torelli. And we're going to see the replay of that controversial decision between Paul Jones and Robert Fuller with the help of the Tennessee referee. Fuller became the new South Atlantic champion.
Well, you know, Frank, we had the Pit Bulldogs against
Nepotism
Jameson
got him in this gig.
Torelli last week, and we're just going to take a look at that exciting match again.
And something for you fans, we promised you last week, and here you are right now. I'm talking about Bobby and Jackie. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fantastic!
Oh, shit. Here we go.
South Atlantic Wrestling.
Well, thank you very much. You know, it's a pleasure to get a chance to come out here. Go to all the different towns that the South Atlantic is in. They've got a lot of tough teams here. The American Pit Bulls, Stud Stable. Jackie and I are just looking forward to jumping in the middle of it and getting a chance to party with all
No
these
longer
people.
the Nasties.
That's right. You know, we're looking forward to all
They're about
the
to face the
challenges
Steiners,
that the South
actually.
Atlantic Pro Wrestling has to offer, and we're ready to go.
Well, gentlemen, you got a challenge right now in the ring. The Fantastics, right after these commercial messages.
Let's do it.
Oh, shit. Opening this week. Two back-to-back fantastic matches. There we go. Hey, they're over with me now. That was a fire match. I'm ready. Welcome into the tag division.
His brother Jackie
I make jokes, but
makes an improved team. Jackie adds a certain amount of size and youth to the team, and I'll tell you, folks, they do work well together as a team.
Tommy
they are
Landell.
brothers. They think alike, they act alike,
He's
they
his
do alike,
partner.
and that means a whole lot in the ring. And right now, young Tommy Landell, Hollywood Tommy Landell, his partner.
Oh, shit, Trent Knight.
As they tie up collar and elbow with the
I like Tommy Landell too.
Once again, they push off. You see Tommy Landell. Well, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, psychology will mean very, very little to a team with the experience of the Fantastics. They have battled some of the finest teams in our sport today, as Tommy Landell roughing it up a little bit on Jackie Fulton in the ropes, sending him in for the ride. Fulton with the reversal over and across.
This crowd.
Oh, Landell on his back, and it's Fulton, a series of short elbows. And Tommy Landell finding out very quickly why they call this team the Fantastics. In contrast to the Pit Bulldogs, for instance, where you'll see a lot of high-impact moves, the influence of Robert Fuller, I should say, with the Fantastics, you will see a lot of aerial moves, a lot of very quick moves, a lot of very quick tags. And right here's an example of what I'm talking about. Turnbuckle, the bigger man sending young Bobby into the corner behind him, a big elbow. And Trent Knight with a little lesson in paying attention. Little razzle-dazzle from Bobby Fulton while Tommy Landell tries to gather his senses about him. Double hook chicken wing. Boy, Wahoo McDaniels used that move to great success over the years. And right now, it's Bobby Fulton of the Fantastics in control on Tommy Landell. A special programming note to all you folks up in the Morganton area watching us on WHKY, Morganton
or
Channel 2.
You want to make it a
as we see a
6-man.
Russian leg sweep now, and what an impressive series of moves we're seeing from these Fantastics. Morganton Cable Channel 2, WHKY out of Hickory, or WBT in Charlotte. We're taping tonight tonight. Holy mackerel, these same Fantastics will be in Morganton at the College Street Recreation Center for a national TV taping. That's right, going to 125 plus stations nationwide aboard the Channel America Network. And they'll be seeing South Atlantic Championship Wrestling right along with you folks right here in the South Atlantic area. Tag's been made. Trent Knight in. Trent Knight not meeting with any more success than Tommy Landell did. Hip toss, arm drag, and a big old body slam. And Trent Knight going to the wrong corner, looking for a corner to hide in. You know, you get folks you don't realize, but you get taken over your shoulder like that at time or two, or slammed on your back, spun over your head. Sometimes you have a tendency to lose direction, and that's just exactly what happened to Trent Knight. Then he went to the corner towards
Pro Wrestling apron finally.
Ooh, boy, a boot to the stomach,
it's taken
and then
a while.
big knee lift a la Mr. Wrestling 2. What I was saying, though, you get your directions mixed up, and Trent Knight went to the wrong corner looking for the tag, and that cost him a little time.
Yeah, you never know what we may do.
You never know. Great camera shots there, our director, Kurt Weintraub.
Whatever.
And Trent Knight paying the price with the Fantastics, and it's Knight out on his feet in the middle of the ring, looking for some cover, calling for timeout, backing off a little bit. But I'll tell you, there are no timeouts in professional wrestling.
Fun, though.
Also want to say a special hello to our good friend John Ringley, WJTP AM 1130 up in Newland, North Carolina.
The you can't watch anything.
John, we're looking forward to coming to Newland next week up at the Cranberry High School there. Boy, you know about great wrestling fans, folks. You go up into the mountains up there, the weather is cool, the leaves are pretty.
The gear match is probably what you meant, right,
Deadpool? Fanatics, and we are looking forward to coming back your way next Thursday. As right now, Trent Knight straining for that tag. Tommy Landell taking a shortcut, reaching through the ropes. I'm certain that referee Leroy Ramsey, by golly, he is going to allow this. That's the referee that Robert Fuller brought in, Leroy Ramsey, and he allowed a tag that I don't think should have been allowed. But right now, Bobby Fulton doesn't care what he allowed. Boom, bulldog. And it
this is doing some shady shit here.
Come in on an illegal tag. As once again we see a legal tag from the Fantastics. It's a double hip toss. I'm not exactly sure what you'd call that move, but I do recognize this because this is an old-timer's move. You're looking at, folks, a short arm scissor, and there's a move that a lot of your modern-day wrestlers don't use. It, number one, having his arm barred in behind the bend of his opponent's elbow, as you see in that shot right there, especially.
You'll see a technician doing
it cuts off the circulation of the forearm and the hand. Secondly, it completely controls your opponent. The only real way to break it is just what Tommy Landell did right there, and that was go to the ropes. And Landell up and ready to go, showing a little bit of spunk as they tie up collar and elbow. And once again, says Jackie Fulton to the corner. Boy, our camera's right there. Nobody was home but the cameraman when Tommy Landell came charging into that corner. Once again, an arm drag, and once again, we see the tactics of the Fantastics keeping their men on the mat. Drop toe hold.
I mean, they work good together.
Ooh, an elbow to the back of the head. And what teamwork
I'm a hater.
Fantastics today. I'll tell you
no, they've already won me over.
They fight with tenacity. They fight with, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, intensity. What they don't have in experience, they make up for with their ferociousness, their ferocity, their intensity. But they're going to be facing a first-class team in the Fantastics. Bobby and Jackie Fulton. They truly are a first-class, a world-class tag team.
Hills
right
working
now, it's Landell and Knight in control.
Tandem. Oh, shit.
For the moment, as Bobby Fulton saw that one coming from way downtown, an elbow to the back of the head, and right now he's looking to make the tag.
Anybody that's not in the Discord, please join the Discord.
Nobody home. Jackie Fulton
trying to keep the conversation flowing in there. You can get links for lives, videos, and such.
Time. Once again, they're sitting in for the ride. Landell over cross, down by Fulton, up over top, and Bobby Fulton's got him over top. We see a second tag. Fulton sets him for the big drop. Here it is. Fulton setting for the big drop. He's got his partner up over his shoulders.
Oh, wow. Okay, big flipping sit on 90. That's actually crazy. Well, I mean, this is some bones are doing that. Holy fuck. Oh, nice finish. Here we go.
Unbelievable.
All right, man.
Slow motion right now if we can.
The Fantastics have won me over.
Look, you see it right here. There's the tag. Good, clean tag. A basic backdrop like used by the Samoans off that Seeker. Jackie to the top, the bigger man. Bobby holds on to him. It's like a reverse of the of a big
I don't know. I like the original way better.
Crashing down on Tommy Landell.
I'm not even the biggest Fantastic fan, I think. They're just okay to me.
Coming up next,
this is even a lower level, but dude, I'm digging them here right now. That's how wrestling is, though. It's hard to predict what I'm going to like, not like how it works, how it flows. I don't like this motherfucker. This guy annoys the fuck out of me. I think he started to win me. Oh, sorry, I want to hear Fuller here. I think he started to win me over just a little bit in some of the work he's been doing, especially after the turn after the stable. So we'll see. And dude, it could totally happen. I love that about wrestling, at least with me, anyways. I can go in and out. I can like somebody, not like somebody, come in depending on character, face, heel, promotion, years. So much comes into play.
Go back to where a good friend of mine, Matt Bourne, wound up getting suspended because of one Curtis Thompson. Now, Curtis Thompson's from North Carolina,
emojis, baby.
And I had him in the stable, and I don't guess Matt liked that very much. But besides all of that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit after you watch this piece, but I feel like a piece of film's better than 1,000 words. This is a stable that happened some 3 weeks ago. Curtis has been in the hospital, and a match that took place which caused Curtis to go to the hospital. Let's go and watch that now.
He doesn't fit in at all in personality with Bourne and Salinger and the Pit Bulldogs, and he hasn't gotten, the Bulldogs, I mean, they changed 180 degrees when they got under the influence of Fuller, but this young man here just hasn't seemed, his personality hasn't seemed to change. He just doesn't seem to fit in.
No, he's a very tough competitor, and he's got good style of wrestling. He stays within the rules a little bit. There's sometimes he takes some shortcuts where I don't think it's necessary.
Well, you're looking at an old fox here. I used to take him on occasion, but then I didn't have the wrestling ability or the size, the strength that some of you young men do have. Look at here, Matt Bourne come down to ringside.
What's this? Matt Bourne coming down. Well, maybe we got to change it. Maybe Matt Bourne's thinking twice about this. He's going to help his partner out.
Well, the stud stable over and across. Bourne, a hook of the foot. Bourne hooks his foot. Thompson's not moving in.
Oh, I remember this.
Thompson down and across, and Matt Bourne hooking the foot. Ranger Ross down and in trouble, and Curtis Thompson refusing to take advantage of it.
What's this? What are they saying?
I can't hear the argument, but it seems to be over Matt Bourne's interference in the match. Curtis Thompson thinking he has the ability to do it.
Well, Curtis doesn't like that interference. Don't seem like he wants all the glory himself.
Well, I'm not sure what it is, but it's just a continuing thing. Next weekend, the #1 fundraiser, South Atlantic Wrestling, coming to Bishopville, South Carolina at the high school. Look at here, Oklahoma Hayride, small package. 1, 2, 2 and 7 8s, and that veteran Ranger Ross. Here we are again, one more time. The argument ensuing. Ross, schoolboy from behind. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Ranger Ross taking advantage of the discontent of the Campbell stud stable to set it quick. 1, 2, 3 over Curtis Thompson. Let's see it again in slow motion. Right here it was, Vince. You see him arguing over it. The schoolboy from behind. There's a 1, 2, 3, and your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Ranger Ross. Now, let's go to the studs.
Listen, I don't want you to rash over this thing. I don't want you to go too far behind it. Let the thing ride, because what we got is great news here. You see the belt here? This is the guy is from Carolina. You said to yourself, ain't nobody coming. Wait a minute, boy. Don't you ever interfere in my match again, boy. Every day you taught me to get beat up there, and I don't like it. You do not be nothing. Don't you ever get in my match again. Look at here, guys. Everything's going good for the stable now. The belt's back where it ought to be. You see the belt's back there. Big Tex is with it. You got to smooth it down. You got to listen to me. Don't you touch me. If you ever interfere in my match again, you're going to go down that slide. Get out of here. Hey, boy. This Carolina boy can whoop your butt.
Yeah, this was a good segment. What the fuck is on the Pitbull's trunks? boots on, too. Yeah, this felt awesome. Feels awesome. Ripping his shirt open like that. This is good stuff. This is money. Yeah, I mean, I want to see Bourne and Thompson. What am I saying? Here we go.
I'm going to tell you who's got authority in this show. Bourne, you're suspended. You're out of here.
Yeah, I do remember this. It was really good. What's up, Poke? Welcome in. Let's a little wrestling here.
God, I'm in charge of these suspensions. And they're thinking, come on. Come on back to it one more time. Come on, I want you to do that.
Somebody coming in. Hit that old like if you wouldn't mind. Helps out the channel here.
Born, some people call him Maniac. He's darn sure no maniac.
He's
suspended for 3 to 6 months from South Atlantic Wrestling. Curtis Thompson's not suspended. He spent a lot of time with a busted spleen in the hospital. Curtis is going to be coming back, and let me assure everybody when he does, he's going to be right here in this stud stable. But let me give you a word out there to be thinking about, and Curtis, you can listen to this also. You come back here in that same frame of mind you was in when you left, and I'm going to guarantee you this, son, you're going to be face-to-face with a Tennessee stud, and you'll go right back to that same hospital bed you just got out of.
South Atlantic Championship Wrestling in the ring. One of the young lions of South Atlantic Championship Wrestling, young man who's making himself quite a wave, is this Tommy Seabolt, and we've got him in action right now. His opponent, Mike Rex. Mike Rex, a little taller, a little leaner. Seabolt, the shorter, probably the heavier of the two men, certainly the stronger, and he's here to show his wares today on South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see with this Curtis Thompson mess when he comes back. Thompson spent several days in the hospital. Of course, Bourne is gone on suspension, but Fuller's talking like Curtis Thompson's coming back into the stud stable. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see Curtis Thompson's reaction to all this. Now, the problem was never with Robert Fuller. The problem was always with Matt Bourne. So we will see when Curtis Thompson comes back. I still do not approve of his choice of friends, as I'm sure no one else does. He doesn't fit into that group of people. But it will be very interesting to see if he, in fact, stays with these folks or charts his own path. But right now, it's Tommy Seabolt in the ring and in control on Big Mike Rex. Seabolt showing wrestling skills, staying with that arm bar, staying with that arm drag, keeping the taller man down on the mat. A lot of times, wrestling fans, the tall man is the one that causes you the problem because he's able to spread out and get that leverage. You know, if you want to lift a rock, you make a fulcrum, you take a long piece of pipe and you put it on a rock, on another rock, and you make a lever, and that's how you lift something heavy. Well, the same thing's true here with a taller man. He can spread out and make himself extremely difficult to move. And if young Mike Rex learns to use that to his advantage, could be a very competent professional. By the way, while we've got a minute, I want to say a special hello to all our friends down in Jefferson watching us on WBTW-TV 13 out of Florence. We're going to be at the Jefferson Armory next Friday night. Get those tickets from any member of the Armory right now.
Jefferson Armory, get them tickets.
It is a fundraiser for the Armory. And in Forest City next Saturday, 1 week from today, as Tommy Seabolt hangs on. His same Tommy Seabolt.
Steamboat still around? Have we lost Steamboat at this point?
Cool Springs High School.
He's already been talking to Vince, getting ready to go back to WWF. I know he shows back up early in WWF in 91.
Rutherford County Dare program. We are looking forward to it. Winston-Salem Wrestling's coming your way. And Pendleton, South Carolina. Down.
We saw Steamboat. Was he on last week's show on either episode?
In the Valley of Death, the shadow of Death Valley is a fireman's carryover.
Lost Steamboat. We've lost the Nasties.
An arm into a.
Oh shit, Pokemon! Hell yeah! Thank you so much. Becoming a mid-carder here at Wrestle Plunge. Appreciate that. You get access to these sweet ass emojis. And also early access to any video that I drop, which again, you know that I dropped a new video today, but that video's been out since Thursday. So, hell yeah, welcome in here. Love that.
Double wrist lock in the shadow of Death Valley, Clemson University, Pendleton High School. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we will be taping national TV taping. We will be taping wrestling there on the 17th. So mark your calendar, all you folks down there in the Anderson, Clemson area. Wrestling coming your way. Seabolt changing the pressure now, changing it to a more conventional arm bar from the double wrist lock.
Appreciate it.
More of a controlling move, and there's the little cheap shot. Mike Rex unable to do anything offensively so far. I guess the skills of Tommy Seabolt goes for that little cheap shot in the eyes, backs him into the corner.
That's
now
right.
He starts a little rough and tough, trying to take some of the wind, take a little bit of the heart out of Tommy Seabolt. Seabolt sent to the corner. Seabolt up over top. Rex underneath. He missed him. Oh boy, Seabolt with a chop just took.
I do, since we are on a wrestling channel and I've got my sound effects, I do got the perfect one, Pokebomb from wrestling with a little bit of Teddy Biasi. Everybody's got a prize.
A feet right out from under Mike Rex, and now Tommy Seabolt charging back. Seabolt a turnbuckle of his own. And a drop kick, and Rex once again flat on the back. Seabolt should be moving in for the cover. Does it, set him up? Knee lift up underneath the chin, and once again Mike Rex on the man. Seabolt has gone to the outside. Tommy Seabolt going to the top rope. Seabolt, Rex in trouble. The dive over top. It could be it. 1, 2, 3. It is all over. Tommy Seabolt. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat diving off that top rope. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Seabolt. Once again from the top, your winner in extraordinary fashion, young Tommy Seabolt with a dive high on Mike Rex. To these commercial messages, we've got tag team action as the Pit Bulldogs face War Eagle Chavis and Vince Torelli. And we got a main event for you. The War Eagle Chris Chavis.
They're calling this the main event. Well, if these boys go for 20 minutes, that'd be quite the main event indeed. But okay, so we got Shamrock Tatanka, I know, versus the Pitbulls.
It's 275 pounds of Indian Fury from Robinson County,
Paul Jones
with Mr. Wrestling, Vince Torelli, and their opponents right here on South Atlantic Championship Wrestling, the tag team champions, the Pit Bulldogs. And goodness gracious, did Rex catch him?
Finally got the stream deck.
Chavis going with the leapfrog in control there. Big old Rex caught him in midair, power slam, a bite across the throat, a little choke, take the wind out of the big man. And right now, the Pit Bulldogs taking over on the team of Chavis and Torelli. I don't know, that Tommy Seabolt, what an impressive young man he was in this last match we saw. He did that dive off the top, and you know, it's been a long, long time. I've seen Jimmy Snuka do it. I've seen Ricky Steamboat do it. I've seen Paul Orndorff do it. I've seen a lot of wrestlers over the years. That was as good as any of them. Mike Rex was a tall man, over 6'4", and he was way over top of Mike Rex when he came crashing down on him. Certainly going to make a name for himself in South Atlantic Wrestling. But right now, you talk about 4 men that have already made a name for themselves. Robinson County's own, Lumberton's own War Eagle Chris Chavis. He came to us high school All-American. He was who's who in high school. He played football at James Madison University in Virginia. Came to us through the bodybuilding lanes and whatnot, introduced by the original Nature Boy Buddy Rogers to professional wrestling. His partner, of course, Mr. Wrestling Vince Torelli.
Buddy Rogers introduced Tatanka to wrestling? That's crazy.
He came via the Several Tough Men contest and was a runner-up in the 1988 Olympics. But you know, all those past laurels, ladies and gentlemen, all those things they've accomplished, they're doing nothing but collecting dust in books today, because the only thing that matters today, the only thing that matters is the fact that they are in the ring with the South Atlantic Tag Team Champions, Rex and Spike, the Pit Bulldogs. That's psychotic Spike and rabid Rex. But right now, Chavis doing what he needs to do, and that was get to his base. Spike had the advantage, had his weight over top of Chavis. Chavis got to his feet, but Spike too quick for him with that boot to the midsection. Once again, we see a quick tag from the South Atlantic Tag Team Champions. They have a lot of wrestling skill. Talk about wrestling skill. Right there was an example. They have a lot of wrestling skill, but it took Robert Fuller, the Tennessee stud, to bring out the Pit Bulldog portion of them. The tenacity of them as well. The big man, Big Rex, picks up 275 pounds of War Eagle. Chavis hung him over that top rope, and Chavis desperately needing to make a tag. Right now, though, we see the heart of War Eagle Chris Chavis impaled on that top rope all the way to the floor, and now look at him getting back in the ring, only to receive more punishment. Not taking that breather on the apron as we thought he would. Once again, the quick tag, and the Pit Bulldogs continuing to do what you need to do in tag team wrestling. Isolate one member of the team and take him apart. Chavis desperately needing to get across the ring. 18 feet to his partner. It might as well be 18 miles right now, as referee Byron Richards watching closely. Spike's choking, just a blatant choke. That move designed not so much to beat the man as to take the wind out of him. You see these percussion moves. Take the wind out of the big man. Chavis, the powerhouse of this team, although Torelli no slouch. Right now, Chavis coming back with sledgehammer chops, a series of them. But it's Spike with a rake across the eye. Spike with a boot to the belly. And it's Spike back in control on the War Eagle Chris Chavis. Chavis been in the ring now for some time. Certainly needs to make that tag. You see Spike looking over at partner Rex, no doubt working out some sort of a signal between them. Byron Richards cautioning for the blow to the throat.
Shamrock
here, right? For disqualification.
Did they start this in the middle of the match?
Byron Richards is not above disqualifying these men. Once again, we see a tag, the 5th, 6th, 7th tag since Chavis has been in the ring. Chavis desperately needing to tag Vince Torelli on the apron, just dying to get involved in the action.
Yeah, there he is.
Involved he got.
His existence is
a very fired
legit.
up Vince Torelli, which was exactly what Big Rex wanted to do by distracting referee Byron Richards. You see on the floor the damage.
Oh, on the floor.
A slam right
Okay,
here
that
on the
hurt.
concrete floor of the arena.
Big scoop slam
Warrior
right on the
Chris
floor.
Chavis taking a beating. They counted on that fiery
Shit.
temper, that fiery competitive spirit of Vince Torelli. As you see, Big Rex still taunting Vince Torelli. And here comes Torelli one more time. Byron Richards will have to put him out. And in doing that, he opens the gate for Rex to continue the punishment outside the ring illegally on War Eagle Chris Chavis. Chavis very unceremoniously dumped back into the ring, and right now things do not look good for this team. As you see the frustration factor in Vince Torelli just jumping up and down outside the ring, waiting on his turn to get into the ring. You know, Torelli suffered those injuries at the hands of the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller, supposedly by himself. Although
I love these shots of the crowd,
Torelli said that these two men right here, the Bulldogs, were involved as well. As once again, Chavis gets to his base, up over top, sunset flip. Chavis, has he got the leverage? No, not quite. The short, stocky, very short, stocky build of Bulldog Rex saved him from going over top on that sunset flip. War Eagle Chris Chavis trying to think, but Rex able to sit down and keep him from going over the top. Another one of the very beautiful South Atlantic fans can't believe the action she's seeing in the ring right now. War Eagle Chris Chavis, he blocked the suplex. He's blocked it a second time. Chavis sets him, suplex of his own.
I think she's freaking out because the Tonkin's butt cheeks
won the world's championship for more than one man, but it didn't do the damages.
Oh, she's biting him like a vampire. What the fuck?
Or Rabid Rex, I should say.
Jesus Christ. Okay, like a dog. Okay, it makes way more sense. Never mind what I said at all.
Once again, wrestling fans concerned over the action. Chavis, a big slam and down in the middle of the ring. He is a long ways from Vince Torelli. High impact move from the second rope. It's Big Rex. Boom!
Ooh, there we go. Let's get a tag.
He took the time to telegraph the move. He took the time to pose and jaw with the fans, and that may have cost him right here. Right now, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. We need to see a tag. Rex needs to tag Spike, and certainly War Eagle Chavis needs to tag Vince Torelli, and they both do it. Here comes Vince Torelli, and he is a house of fire. It's Vince Torelli, a series of rights. Spike, Rex, slams. They are going all over the ring. Spike and Rex being manhandled right now by Mr. Wrestling Vince Torelli, and here comes the War Eagle Chris Chavis. They're both sent into the ropes. Boom! Double backdrop, both Bulldogs crashing to the mat. And right now it is the team, the Young Lions. War Eagle Chavis and Vince Torelli in control as once again they go up. Sleeper, Torelli's got the sleeper. Chavis has got the sleeper. It could spell the end for the Pit Bulldogs. They are in the middle of the ring. Byron Richards in position.
Hey, champs, not looking good 2 weeks in a row here.
Oh, look at
it. Oh, Tex. No, we got to take care of it. We need to do something here in the territory. The stud stable's out of control.
Richards calling for the disqualification.
Completely out of control.
It is a typical stud stable attack. 3-on-2. The advantage goes to the stud stable over Jones's Rangers. Ranger Ross has come in. The sides have equal. Ranger Ross sitting on the Bulldogs and Salinger reeling.
Give me Steamboat. Tell me Steamboat's still around.
But right now, Ranger Ross, the freshman in the ring. Here comes Torelli back. Here comes Chavis back. Boom! Salinger takes a beating. The Bulldogs are taking a beating. And we have got mayhem in the ring. The Tennessee Stud is
Fuller's in the
Robert
ring.
Fuller, the leader of the stud stable, has hit the ring. And one more time,
Champs
the
in the ring.
switch. Unbelievable action here on
What, 2 months
South
now?
Atlantic Championship Wrestling.
I don't think he's defended it in it. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm an idiot. Paul Jones is champ.
Fuller, the Bulldog, Salinger, they are in control over Chavis, Torelli, and Ross. And he's at the ringside.
Paul
Here
Jones
he is,
hitting the ring.
Paul Jones, the leader of the Joneses Rangers. It's Jones with a series of rights. Salinger goes down. The stud goes down. The Bulldogs go down. Stud again. Salinger again. And number 1, Paul Jones, showing why he's number 1 as he is clearing the ring. There they stand. Jones's Rangers clearing the ring. The stud stable taking a powder and cowering back to the dressing room. Jones's Rangers standing tall. Attention civic groups, high school band and booster clubs. Athletics happen in South Atlantic.
Oh, shit.
The introduction of Leroy Ramsey, the Tennessee referee, which led to the loss of the South Atlantic title by Paul Jones. Paul Jones has joined me here in the studio. We're going to review the action from 2 weeks ago when, Paul, you lost the South Atlantic Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, shit.
Right,
see, I've already done forgotten his lost one. So, yeah, that's right. I saw
people get a chance to take another look at it. And
Fuller's a two-time
match in a title estate. I knew
hard
something might happen, and I was I had my Ranger standing by, and anyway, you don't know what to expect from Robert Fuller.
Well, had you counted, you know, we'd seen Leroy Ramsey. We knew that he was Robert's own referee. We know that he's got a legitimate license. But he had called everything pretty square up and down the line. So were you surprised at the obvious slant that he showed in this match?
Well, yeah, Frank, you know, I'm sure, like you and I talked before, you know, we have to be idiots to not to expect something from this referee. Obviously, he shows we really didn't see any favoritism that much, rather, and so I just wanted to I didn't argue the point of him refereeing a match too much because I figured if he did show a little favoritism and I still won a match, I'd be ahead.
Well, certainly. Well, right now, he's definitely showing favoritism, as we saw Robert Fuller, a typical tactic of Robert Fuller, complaining about the pulling of the hair, and the referee, Leroy Ramsey, right there. Now, that was obvious that you didn't pull the hair, and yet Fuller complained, and Ramsey went right along with it. At this point, I'm certain that you were really beginning to smell a rat.
I sure was. You know, just it doesn't take much to get my temper up, and especially you know, if I'm not guilty of something, I think everybody that's viewing right now, if you're innocent, you're not guilty of something, it kind of gets under your skin a little.
Well, no referee can call what he doesn't see, and Fuller constantly complains about pulling of the tights, pulling of the hair, and all these different things. And Byron Richards and Ronnie Hanna and some of the other officials have usually just kind of sloughed it off. But this Leroy Ramsey took it at its word, as you see a beautiful hip toss, reverse of Fuller's hip toss, a right hand upside the head, another right hand upside the head, and there's something that you don't see very often, an official actually touching one of the wrestlers, Paul. He was reaching out and grabbing at your hand, and I know that's something that figures in later on in the match, but boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know how you kept your control at that point.
Well, I'll tell you, Frank, you know, it's almost like at this point, you know, I'm figuring, well, the odds are against me because I'm not only wrestling Fuller, which, like I said, you don't know what to expect, but when you have a referee to start to show a little favoritism, you really want to be obvious in everything you do and try to come up with a clean win.
Well, exactly right. Certainly, if anybody is capable of reaching into a bag of tricks, it would be you, Paul Jones, because your bag of tricks is, I'm sure, as unlimited as Santa Claus's bag of goodies, as the fans right here at South Atlantic Wrestling over the years will attest.
Yeah, look right there. Okay, right there.
Yeah.
Remember how involved the ref was.
Very, very obvious.
There was a turning point, certainly, in the match. Things were going your way to this point. You went for that big right hand, which, of course, is a Paul Jones trademark. You've said yourself, you made the comment about fighting fire with fire, and sometimes that's what it takes. But the referee reached out and hooked that arm. Not only did it throw your timing off, but it allowed Robert Fuller to take that cheap shot, which gave him the advantage, Paul.
Yeah, I never thought that...
Look at this! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but right over top of the referee, and no admonishment at all. At this point now, everybody in the building, I'm sure, not only you, I'm surprised your Rangers weren't out there at this point.
Well, that's right. You know, Frank, it's right now I'm looking at this over and over, and it's you're sort of an armchair quarterback when you view it over again, and you know, I notice how obvious it is where twice now he's grabbed my arm, and not once has he grabbed Fuller's arm, and Fuller had the advantage on me.
No, and he certainly hasn't caught the hair pulls or any of the little things, including right there, a punch right in front of him, no admonishment at all.
Yeah, look at the referee.
I'm sure the referee's calling that an open hand, but...
Oh, not now. Oh,
that was actually really well done
whatsoever. And these tapes have been taken to the Board of Governors.
I'm being impressed by it.
But the wheels of justice, Paul, you know, move so
over and over like that. That's
because you have been stripped of the South
right when I said he missed him. Oh yeah, he missed that one. Fuck! As soon as that was Saturday.
You know, Frank,
fuck, did it went to hell.
On both sides of the fence, and I figured, you know, if you know, I'm not above pulling out a pair of brass knucks and knocking Fuller out too, you know.
Well, you know, I understand that in my wrestling career, certainly not as long or colorful as yours. As finally the Paul Jones temper beginning to flare a little bit, and there you come, but the referee stepped right in, actually becoming a tag team partner to Robert Fuller at this point. Paul, you've been around long enough now to know how to fight fire with fire, and finally here it is, that temper of number one Paul Jones going to work fighting referee and wrestler in the ring.
At this point here, I knew I had my work cut out for me. I knew if I was going to beat him, it had to be right in the middle and very obvious.
Well, the momentum's certainly going your way. It looked to me like you had it. Fuller, a big, tall man, boot up under the head.
Shit.
Now, referee Leroy Ramsey says he
on the ropes and a fast count with a crooked ref.
He did not see that foot on the rope. Paul, I don't know what to tell you.
Judging
all the other things he did in the match, I can't help but believe that he saw it somewhere. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll promise you this. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Paul, but I'll promise you this. The controversy is a long, long ways from over between Paul Jones and the Tennessee Robert Fuller. We'll be back with more right after this.
Stable looks good with the belt, though.
Wrestling since our inception, talking about the Los Angeles, California native, Rockin' Rick, a former dancer with Chippendale.
Here's Rockin' Rick.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
Los
I should have probably got through his music there.
Weighing in at 228 pounds.
Who's Rockin' Rick?
Welcome the popular Rockin' Rick.
Rockin' Rick.
Rockin' Rick, he danced for the Chippendales. He's been on Sally Jesse Raphael. Now is a career-changing mind as he wants to be one of the wrestling stars right here on South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And he certainly has a test today, and that man right there, he's 6'7". He's 301. The infant Rockin' Rick.
101 pounds from the great state of Texas.
Everybody's just coming out the real tunes.
Salinger.
Wrestling fans recall last week right here on South Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Rockin' Rick with a big exciting win, and it was Robert Fuller immediately into the ring, contract in hand to try to sign Rockin' Rick to the stud stable. His answer, he tore it up and threw it in his face, and right then Robert Fuller vowed that there was a future of pain and destruction for young Rockin' Rick, and that pain and destruction today takes the form of Big Tex Salinger in his nose, and Salinger going to work on the young man from Los Angeles, the ladies' heartthrob, Rockin' Rick. A reversal, Salinger up over top, big old backdrop, a 300-pounder from Texas right now. Maybe he took Rockin' Rick a little light, but Rockin' Rick is certainly in control right now on the enforcer of the stud stable, 6'7", 300-pound Tex Salinger. Talking about folks that are in control. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Paul Jones is in control or not.
I remember Renegade was on some of the earlier episodes.
See the fire in his eye, the quiet.
But it could also now be,
but the quietness of Paul Jones. He had very little to say as he sat and watched this tape, and he watched that tape of his match with Fuller more than once. We've seen the problems with earlier in the show here with the Chavis and Torelli against the Pit Bulldogs. Certainly the Fantastics are coming into the picture. This man, Tex Salinger, in the picture. But the pinnacle, the peak, the center of this whole affair deals with Paul Jones and Robert Fuller. And next week, right here on television, as we watch Rockin' Rick in control, but next week, right here on television, you're going to see Paul Jones against Robert Fuller. And the war continues.
Is that not a name we would create?
It's big old Tex Salinger with a bite across the bridge of the nose, and that'll sure bring tears to your eyes. He bit Rockin' Rick across the bridge of the nose, clawed those eyes up, and now the big man going to work on the young man from Los Angeles, California. Hangman, the big clothesline takes him down. You know, these Rockin' Rick, Tex Salinger, Paul Jones, Robert Fuller, the Pit Bulldogs, Chavis, Torelli, the Fantastics, Ivan Koloff, they're all part of that exciting South Atlantic Championship Wrestling package. And that's the package, ladies and gentlemen, that comes to you. You know, you don't have to drive to the big towns to see South Atlantic wrestling. It's not like baseball. It's not like football. It's not like the other wrestling alliances. We bring wrestling right to your hometown. We're bringing it to Pendleton, South Carolina. We're bringing it to Cameron, North Carolina. We're bringing it to Forest City, North Carolina. We're bringing it to Newland, North Carolina. We're bringing it down to Johnsonville, South Carolina. We're bringing wrestling into the small towns. And Rockin' Rick showing a little offense here. South Atlantic Wrestling is the only group that brings the wrestling to you. If you got a club, you got an organization, if it's a high school, band booster, a police department, a Rotary Club, whatever it is, and you want to have this kind of excitement in your hometown, you want these guys to help raise money for your group or your organization, please give us a call. You've seen the commercial in the show before. 704-365-1002.
Oh, that was a nice
drop. I want to talk to Frank Dusek about wrestling, bringing it to my hometown, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it because it is a unique fundraiser. Right now, though, there's nothing unique. It's showing the power of Rockin' Rick as he slammed 300-plus pounds down in the middle of the floor. Rockin' Rick going to the top, a very high-impact move, a very dangerous move. We saw Tommy Seymour win with something like earlier. Over the top, sunset flip, shades of Ronnie Garvin. 2, 2, 2, 3. Finally, referee Leroy Ramsey hesitated.
But we got the win. He's about to get jumped, though, by the stables.
It was obvious the referee didn't want to call it, but he had to.
Okay, yeah, they got the crooked ref in there, too.
Whoa, wait a second now. Wait a second. Here's the Tennessee stud, Robert
Fuller pissed.
Fuller in the ring complaining. We just saw in the match with Jones what kind of influence Fuller holds over the referee. Fuller claiming there was a pull of the tights. Clearly there was no pull of the tights, but Robert Fuller claiming it. It's the first loss on national television for Tex Salinger, and Robert Fuller definitely claiming a pull of the tights. Anything to keep Salinger from getting that loss on TV.
This is Nick Patrick levels of referee. What the fuck? He reversed the decision? What the fuck are you? Who? The win? Where is the SAPW commissioner at? What is this bullshit? We need to get this referee out of here anyways. After the first time, we realized that he was crooked.
Rockin' Rick, he doesn't
Oh,
know
what
to
the
do.
hell?
He's young and inexperienced. Certainly, he never thought anything like this would happen. Now,
Paul Jones,
Paul
somebody.
Jones hit the ring. Paul Jones certainly
Who's
knows
making the
love
rules
right
here?
You saw this man, Leroy Ramsey, directly
Apparently, Rob
responsible
fucking
for the
Fuller.
title to #1 Paul Jones. I don't
Let's
like
table,
this.
baby.
Paul needs to be very, very careful. Ramsey is still a licensed referee. Paul must be extremely careful and treat him as he would any referee. Certainly right now, though, the fans disappointed. Jones disappointed. You see Ramsey saying who's the referee. The most disappointed man right now has got to be Rockin' Rick.
We'll miss you.
This war between the stud stable and Jones's Rangers is a long, long ways from over, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly animosity is continuing. George, it has been an exciting hour of South Atlantic Championship Wrestling.
Frank,
what?
I'm sick and tired of Paul Jones and all these idiots in North Carolina. I'm the paid official. I won't take it no more. The next time Paul Jones puts his hands on me, he's going out.
Now, wait a minute. I know it's within your mouth. Hold on.
You son of a bitch.
You get in my face one more time, Jones, and you're going out forever.
I don't know who he thinks he is. He's a Tennessee referee as far as I'm concerned, and he referees like he's from Tennessee, and you can't tell me that he is not being paid by Robert Fuller. But I'm going to be here next week, and I guarantee you one thing, I'm going to be here, but I don't believe that the Tennessee referee is going to be here, and I don't believe Robert Fuller's going to be here.
Oh, Paul, wait a minute now. He's an official of South Atlantic Wrestling. I mean, he is an official. What he says goes unless it comes before the board and all that. So, hey, I know you have a beef, but you've got to go before the board.
Listen, the only board that I'm going to go before with this referee and Fuller is a 2x4.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that remains to be seen next week right here on South Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Paul Jones against Robert Fuller. We've seen the fantastic Curtis Thompson, the return of Ivan Koloff.
At least.
Rockin' Rick, Tommy Seymour. Right now, let's close with these words from Cactus Jack Manson, and we'll be back right here.
We're going to get a Cactus promo. Okay, I bet somebody owns the right to this. I bet they've cut out. This is the only explanation I have for this, because it's happened before, and I was like, what's going on? And I'm pretty sure that they've cut out the audio. Probably because somebody owns the copyright to this portion. Yeah, because there is no audio to this part. Wow. Might be because they're showing some copyrighted material, but I guess it's the sound. I don't know, because yeah, that's some USWA stuff. Either way, really good show tonight. Thanks everyone for coming through. Let me get you the link to the brand new video, guys. Please go check this out. It'll help me out tremendously if you leave a comment, if you give it a share, let a friend know, somebody likes wrestling, another buddy. Hey, check out Wrestle Plunge here on YouTube. Also, if you're not following on all the other socials, whether that's X, TikTok, or Facebook, I'm very active on. Post a lot of content on there. Try to do daily. Working on 23K over there, and we're keep pushing towards the next big number, 11K here on YouTube. But yeah, go check out the new video. I appreciate it. Great night. And yeah. Hey, I'm from North Carolina. Accepts this challenge for a dog collar match. My specialty. Oh shit. I hope we end up with a tag team dog collar match is what I hope we end up with the Pit Bulls and the Fantastics. The False-tastics. Thanks, everyone. Again, thank you all so much. Have a great Sunday. Let's do it again next week. Go watch the new video. Let's go. Boom.
Pittsburgh